Hey guys, it's Animelover and I'm back with another video. So we're doing another reviewing video. I know I've been doing so many recently, but like we've been getting so many like new art supplies and stuff, and like I didn't even buy this one. Our mom actually bought this, like the glitter pens. She bought us another one. I have no idea what these are. It just says colors and metallic shimmer, and that's it. That's all I know. I know that they're like markers, but I don't know what kind of markers they are. I don't know if they're paint markers. I don't know if they're just normal markers. I just know they look like this, and this is it. She got these off of Temu. Like, she did the, metallic, like, gel or sparkly gel, like, pens and all that, which really loved. Go check out that video. But basically, I don't know what this has, like, a similar, like packaging as those, so I'm curious if these are going to be very similar or anything, so I don't know. I also have no idea. I have so many things I have to try out. I have like 2 other videos I have to make out. No, 3 other videos I have to make after this one, so I have to do so many. So I guess let's get straight into the color swatching. So while color swatching, I wasn't really sure what kind of markers these were. And even afterwards, I still don't know what markers these are. Like, legit, I'm so confused even afterwards. I think they're water-based markers or something, but it was really confusing because, like, sometimes they'd be very, like, transparent and they'd look like watercolor and just, like, straight just glitter kind of stuff. And then other times they looked opaque like paint markers. And I was like, what are you? What are you, marker? What is it? Because it was really weird of how very much inconsistent just the ingredients in the thing were, that every marker acted differently. And I was like, oh, this is going to be really weird. Like, really weird. So I was like, okay, well, we're just gonna try them out, see how it is. And like I said, it was a very interesting experience using these. I didn't hate them, but I also wasn't a huge fan of them while using them. It was very weird. I thought they would be like paint markers, and then they just weren't like paint markers. So I was like, okay, so they're not paint markers. Good to know while using them, because then I won't, make that mistake kind of thing of me accidentally doing something and then me trying to go over them like a paint marker. Okay. But I was also like, are you just a glitter marker? So I was just confused the whole time doing this whole process. Like, what are you? Are like I said, I was just so confused because genuinely, I still don't know what they are. And like I said, I think they're just, like water-based markers, but I also have no idea. Because I wasn't fully sure what these were and, like, how they were going to, like, react and stuff like that, I had to think of a simple-ish kind of drawing, but, like, not too simple kind of drawing, because I was like, well, I want to do something, like, fun and cute, but also, what do I do? Well, we had just gotten these glow-in-the-dark little piggies that are, like, little, like, really cute kind of thing. They're, like, little, like, figurine things and little pigs, and I was like, well, I could do this. I could do little pigs. And so I was like, okay, let's do a pig. But I was like, well, I don't want to do like, because I wanted to do like pigs kind of like in like a little spa kind of thing. But I was like, well, I don't want to draw mud because I don't want to use a lot of brown because I don't think there was a lot of brown. So I was like, okay, what if I change it up? What if I do it where they're having a leaf bath? I know, weird. Very a weird concept. But I was like, well, I want to do green. I want to do like green color. So I was like, let's do that. And so I come up with the weirdest idea of a bunch of like little pigs having a leaf bath, and kind of like a mud bath, but it's a leaf bath. I don't know how that would work in real life. I don't know if the leaves would be moist or just dry, or they're just chilling, like how, like, if you jumped in a pile of leaves. Like I said, I have no idea the concept of how that would work, but that was the idea that I came up with, and that was the idea that stuck with me, and I was going with it. I was doing pigs, and I was doing the weirdest concept that came to my brain first. So, like most of my drawings that I just do the sketch on camera and then I do the outlining off camera, as I tend to get really close to the paper when I have to outline, and it just wasn't going to be possible while I was just recording, because it's very hard to record and outline, and mostly without making it like a mess up kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, should probably do this off camera kind of thing. That's what I normally do. Also, as you just saw, I completely forgot to test how many layers could go, like, on the paper. I was like, oh yeah, I need to do, like, the layer test. I didn't do that in the beginning. I think it went down to 3 layers, I think. I can't fully remember at this exact moment, but it was a certain amount of layers. And I had to make sure to test of how many can I do without it ripping up the paper. So that was something I had to do, and I completely forgot I had to do that. So that's what you saw in the very beginning, and that I forgot to record that part. And I was like, darn it, really forgot to do that part. So let's get into the pros and cons of these markers. So first one is that they are very shiny, and I very much like shiny things and shiny markers or shiny art material. It's just really nice to use because it gives it that like extra like thing you normally don't have, because I don't have a lot of shiny art supplies, surprisingly. I think more recently I've gotten more shiny, sparkly kind of things, just because that's what I'm like looking for. I'm specifically hunting down those kind of things because it's new and different. A lot of times I just have normal kind of stuff, so I'm just like, ooh, shiny, so I'll grab the shiny. Again, I did not buy these. My mom bought these, so she was like, ooh, well, she liked the glitter pens that I used and all that, so let me buy her some more shiny stuff. And I think that's why I got more shinies, I'm gonna be honest with you. So that's the only reason why I got this set, was because our mom was like, ooh, they like this shiny stuff, so here's more shiny. So another thing I really liked about this was there were a lot of colors. Like, there were like a lot of colors. I was like, whoa, I don't know how many colors there were. I just know there was a lot. Enough to fill like one side and then like it down below kind of thing. I think I didn't show it on camera of how the packaging was, but you could open the case and then there would be one set on the top and then one set on the bottom on one side, and then it would be the same way on the other side. And it was a lot of markers on like both sides. So it was a lot of colors. Another thing I really like, and I tend to say this in almost all my reviews, is if I can have a reusable case, you tend to get a point up for your like art material kind of thing, because I have a lot of art supplies, and if I have to like store it somewhere, I need it to either be in something or I'm going to have to figure out how to put it somewhere. And it's just more convenient when the brand itself has a case that I can just put it somewhere and I don't have to think about, okay, should I get a Ziploc baggie? Should I get like a bag or like a pencil pouch to put these in and stuff like that? And I don't know. I really like it when there's cases, and it makes it easier to put things away and just put them in there, because all I have to do is just put them in and bam, I can store it somewhere. So I really did like that this came with a case that I could reuse, mostly since the glitter pens and the last one did not have a case I could reuse. Another thing I really liked was that the markers looked really pretty and really cute. I liked the look of the marker. I liked that it was really sparkly, and I liked that it was just really shiny, and it was just really cute. I really liked just the detail of the marker, and honestly, it was just really nice to look at it because it was just cute. It was just a cute little thing with little like stars and sparkles on it. Now let's get to the cons. So, even though there was a lot of colors, like, the colors, there was a lot of duplicates, like, and I mean a lot of duplicates. Like, for some reason, there would be, like, 3 reds, and they all looked the same, like, cap-wise. Caps, they looked exactly the same. Using them, they weren't the same. But for some reason, one would be extremely, like, transparent, sparkly red, and then another one would be kind of, like, mediocre, kind of a little bit less than transparent red, and then one would be just straight dark red, like, opaque, looked like a paint marker kind of aspect. And I was like, what the heck? And this was with a lot of the markers, unfortunately, where I would have so many, like, duplicates, but they all looked the same in some regard. The only difference was that the material that was probably used, or the ingredients that was used in the markers, did not match another marker. And so that's the only reason why there were some duplicates and stuff like that. That definitely annoyed me while doing this whole process. It was just very annoying. Another thing that really annoyed me was a lot of the colors looked ugly. Like, some of them were, like, very muted, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of bad. Like, why is it so ugly and muted looking? And I don't know if it's because it's, like, so many sparkles, and so it just looks tacky, or it just looks weird to have so many sparkles. But, like, I was, like, making this drawing. I hated it because all the colors looked so muted and so ugly. And I don't say this because I love colors. My favorite colors is the rainbow. Like, stupidly enough, that is I love colors kind of thing. I don't hate any color kind of thing, but they just looked muted and ugly. And I like my fair share of, like, muted colors with my, like, colors and stuff like that. But there has to be an in-between where there's some where they're not muted, and then some where they are muted. So at least I get, like, color variety. But they all just felt so muted. It was weird. Another thing that this one pissed me off the most was that the caps did not match the colors. And when I was doing this, there was a green marker, and it looked like a neon green. It looked like a really nice neon green that I could make with a leaf. It turned out to be a mint color, and I said, oh, and I tested this on another piece of paper too, and it looked fine. And then I put it on my paper with everything, and I was like, this is not the color I wanted. Unfortunately, there was a yellow next to it that looked like a limey green kind of thing, and I tested it. It was just straight neon, like highlighter neon, and it was like, oh no, I can't even use that to make the color like a different color. I couldn't go over and, like, put a new layer on, and so that was really frustrating all on its own. Another thing was my hand kept falling asleep while using these, that, like, it was bad of how much my hand was falling asleep. And I was like, oh god, no. Like, I had to, like, keep pulling my hand away to shake it awake, and it was just very annoying while doing this. Another thing that, even though I said I liked the case and that it came with a case, the case was very annoying, mostly when I reorganized all the markers. It does not want to shut now. Like, I have to forcefully shut it, and it's just like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird, but okay, okay. So that's something that was just kind of slightly annoying, but other than that, those are my pros and cons. I probably will still use them because my mom bought them, but I'm not going to use them for a piece like this. Again, I'll just use them for small things and decoration kind of things in a drawing more than, like, an actual finished kind of piece again, because they're kind of annoying. Oh, another thing that I almost forgot to mention was they had frayed tips. A lot of them had frayed tips because they're brush markers, and I know that doesn't bug me as much, but I know it can bug other people with, like, frayed tips and stuff, and I just wanted to mention that because I just remembered it, and I didn't write that on my list that's next to me. Since we're getting close to the end of the video, I'm going to do a little self-promotion because, well, I can. So if you guys want to get early access, exclusive art, or art before I even post the videos of any YouTube video, then go check out our Patreon. And if you want to get commissions or like any Yacha stuff, then check out our Ko-fi. We have a bunch of stuff there that's all listed. And if you want to get any character designs from us, check out our Toy House or check out our Adopt account on Instagram. And all those links will be linked down below in the description. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!